Hello everybody, Dadas here and Dadas Trading System Workshop. Today I'd like to update you on what I'm working on at the moment, because the whole system sort of lacks one little element, and this element is, I think, very important and very helpful, and this is the Dadas Trading System Checklist. Okay, now I'm working on it and I've just developed the checklist. So when you put it on the indicator list, you'll see it as DadasTradingSystem Checklist En. Okay, now what do we have here? This of course, this checklist is working together with the expert advisor. So and it also has this little bit here, Polski, right? It means that if somebody wants to see the alerts and the comments in Polish, the ones coming from this indicator, then he can choose Polish. Otherwise, they are in English. So yes, for this version, I'll show you that in English. Now this here restrict expert advisor. True. What does it mean? It means that if restrict EA is set to true, then just the sheer fact that the indicator is on the list already is restricting the expert advisor, and it will not make any trades. In other words, if we click the DSWS, for example, somewhere like here or here, right, and we want to make a transaction, a buy or sell, doesn't matter at this moment, and we click on it, then it says sorry, wrong, or no direction, right? Yeah, this is a pop-up from the expert advisor, and it simply says that you have not defined any direction from the checklist, so you cannot make the trade. Yeah. Otherwise, if you set this to false, right, the restriction to false, then right now just the fact that the indicator is on the chart does not restrict the expert advisor, so something else can restrict, like spread. So for example, right now, if I want to, let's refresh it, because we're offline at this moment, I mean off the market, because it's Saturday. Okay, so yeah, but for example, if at this moment we want to sell, okay, then yeah, it says spread to wide. In other words, this is a pop-up from the expert advisor and says that its spread is too wide, so we cannot make the trade because of spread. But the restriction on the trading list is off at the moment. Okay, okay. Let's turn the restriction on again. Yeah. Now, what do we have here? Here we have a choice of 3 trading styles. So either day trading, in other words, day trading, midterm, or long term, right? If we choose day trading, then we can set 2 sessions right here. In other words, session 1 start hour, and day trading session 1 start hour, and day trading session 1 end hour, day trading session 2 start hour, and day trading session 2 end hour. Of course, this is the broker's time. Yeah. So in other words, at this moment you see a comment, session 1 trading allowed, in the left upper corner, right? Session 1 trading allowed because of the time. If we set, for example, if we set a different time, like 1300 hours right here, and you can see that it's not yet 1300 hours right here, so then you'll see that trading is closed right here, trading closed. And also this this label will be in the default color without any direction color, and clicking on this label will pop up no trading hours, right? Okay, okay, good. So let's go back and let's set the hours back to 10. Now what do you have here? First of all, in these 4 fields we define our time frames. In other words, the range time frame, the trade direction time frame, the lead time frame and the trade time frame. Yeah, this is something similar to the DCB 50C2, right? But yeah, it needs to be here so that you have a clear picture. Now in this field here, we must input the gamma parameter from the Ehlers-Laguerre filter. In other words, it has to be the same as in our system. That's by default, it's 0.8, and that's what we should input here. Now these here settings, all of these settings are for the labels. In other words, you font label that's clear, font size, the initial color of the labels, the positioning X and Y of the labels, and also the X positioning of the buttons, of the tick buttons. So you know, because sometimes when you change the font size, then the buttons will sort of be out of place or misplaced, so then you have to readjust the buttons so they are in the right distance. Okay, now this is the button text color and the neutral button color. Okay, now so first we say click OK. Now we're back. Now, provided that the session 1 trading hours are allowed. Okay, so if they're allowed and you click on this, so first of all, you'll get an alert. It says OK, means you know your limitations, right? Well, this is sort of a warning for you. This means that that you are aware of your don'ts, right? Of your don'ts list, and you are in the condition to trade. So in other words, by clicking OK, you confirm that you are taking the responsibility for your trading. Okay. Now we see this list, right? Any opening, even if you have the restrictions, yeah. Let's look here, indicator list. Even if you put those restrictions, restrict the expert advisor to false right here, yeah, and you open the checklist, the restrictions are back on. Anytime the whole checklist is opened, the restrictions on the expert advisor are on. So in this situation, if we want to make a trade and there is nothing here, let's say we want to make a buy trade, we say sorry, wrong or no direction. Yeah, okay, this is the message from the expert advisor. Okay, now the idea is like this, that all the elements of our system are here except for two, except for the average daily, for the daily ranges, and for the ATR, average true ranges, because these are more informative than restrictive. So in other words, there is no really restriction whether to make a trade or not to make a trade. You just have to be aware that, for example, if the daily range is or every day, the daily range of a given day is high, but it's still, you know, it still doesn't mean that the price cannot make go higher or lower, right? But it's just your information whether you should expect or you can expect continuation or pullback, for example. Yeah. Anyway, so we check these buttons here are clickable, and this is what happens, right? You see? So you can only choose one direction. So for example, if you look at the oscillator position, right? Okay, you can turn it off like this. And also, I mean, if you click something, let's say you click whatever, and then you need to reset, then clicking here, you just close the list and the checklist, and you reset it, right? So clicking again, you get the same thing. Okay, means you know your limitations. Okay, and you get your checklist reset. Yeah. Now we've got all the essential elements right here on the list. So you check the oscillator. Where is it? It's in the middle, so it's you know, the position is uncertain. The cross, the last cross is sell, right? The fast ETPS, the fast ETPSSF, we don't have one here really. The last one was up, so it's buy. Yeah. The slow one is buy, right? Still, the slow one is buy. the H4 close zone at this moment is buy. The D1 close zone, it's still buy. Yeah, the H4 DCT TF HLZ, so it's this zone. It's at support, so it's more like sell, right? Sorry, it's at resistance, so it's more like sell. Yeah, the daily, well, we have one down there, one up there. We're somewhere in the middle, so we cannot really say, right? We're somewhere like this. Mini charts, we look at mini charts. M15, again in the middle, we don't know. H4 under, so that's sell, right? Of course, at this moment, if we wanted to H4 sell, right? Okay, at this moment, if we wanted to plot a DSWS on this chart, then the last best price was best entry price was right there, and it was for long, right here. So yeah, we do this. Yeah, so it was for long. So at this moment, we can click that those levels were fit, right? And they were fit. But yeah, they were fit at the moment. But already we see a big conflict here. So in other words, even if we click this DSWS and we got some buttons, right? We wouldn't be able to make a transaction. But yeah, for example, let's click. We can't click that one because it's not closed yet, really. Yeah, if we wanted to trade something like this, yeah, for example, and yeah, again, because of spread, we're not getting the buy button. We'll get a buy button right here because of spread. Yeah, so yeah, and we already see that this is some kind of a big context. Yeah, and even if we wanted to trade this, well, it's not for today. Anyway, we don't get a best price. It's not the context. It's not really a context of day trading, not in our sense. But okay, if we had this conflict and we wanted to click buy, then we'll get sorry, wrong or no direction. Yeah, that's what we get. Now, okay, but let's say we're not here. Let's say we are. Okay. Now the same thing. Then we have this the M1 checkpoint, right? So in other words, we'll have to go to the M1. We go to M1 and then check those other points. And if everything is consistent, so in other words, if we get, for example, everything consistent with buy, yeah, then yeah, if we get everything consistent here, so everything is buy. And then we've clicked something like this, for example, and then we can click buy, right? And of course it will say spread to white, so we cannot make this transaction. Yeah. If we click sell, it's gonna be sorry, wrong direction or no direction, because you've got everything here in blue, so that means buy, and you can't make a sell. Okay. So that's what I wanted to announce and to show you, and that's what I'm working on right now. I've already eliminated a certain amount of bugs, but still it needs testing. So I think I'll be testing it during the week. Let's say, yeah, and if everything is working, I'll include that in the pack. And anybody who's already my patron, or yeah, the Dadas trainee, or has already purchased the system, will get this update for free. Thank you very much. See you next time.